The following is a paid program. Talk 103.7 WTIP and Cable Channel 7 welcome you into Financially Speaking with Jim Taunton. Find us live on radio, TV, the IBX Media app, and on YouTube. Just search Financially Speaking NC or get the link at WTIPFM.com. The opinions expressed in this show are for general informational purposes only and not intended to provide specific advice or recommendations for any individual. To determine what investments may be appropriate for you, consult with your attorney, accountant, financial, or tax advisor prior to investing. Securities and investment advisory services are offered through Genois Wealth Management Incorporated, member FINRA SIPC. Now, here's your host for Financially Speaking, certified financial advisor, Jim Taunton.
And welcome to Financially Speaking. Jim Taunton here, your host for the next 30 minutes. Glad you joined me. Hope you'll be glad as well. And I say that to the radio audience, as well as the YouTube live audience, and also the YouTube audience that'll be watching later, let's hope. So welcome. We actually, I think, have all of the kinks worked out. I mean, we went online live tonight. The intro ran properly. I mean, it's just we're cooking on all cylinders right now. So let me tell you how to get it online on YouTube. So if you're away from a radio, you can get it on your phone or on the TV or on your computer. You just go into YouTube, and in the search bar, if you'll put at Financially Speaking NC and search, you'll find our channel and subscribe to it, and you'll receive notifications every week when I go on the air. You just click on the notification and boom, there you go. Or you can go into the channel at a later date and watch it on a delayed basis if you so desire. I hope the information that we give out on a weekly basis is good enough that you would want to do that, but that's totally up to you. And I will tell you, I do this at home. Actually, I'm sitting in my office at home, and I am looking out the window down the street. I'm sitting in a cul-de-sac, so I'm looking down the street. And the sunset today is absolutely stunning. It really is. I will give you leave if you're inside, go outside for a minute and just look at this sunset that we have today. God has gone to finger painting again. It's incredible. It's when you look at a sunset like this, it's just hard to believe there's just so much going on in the world that's really, really bad. But let's hope peace will reign supreme sooner rather than later. I have some good information to give you, but I'd rather talk to you about something that is important to you. So if you'll call this number, 252-561-TALK, 561-8255. Call during this first break we'll go to. It'll be about 2 minutes. We're in that, and we'll take your call first when we come back. So call me with something financially related, a comment or a question, either one. If you do that, as always, your name goes into the drawing for the dinner for two in Ottavola, and I will even pay the tip. I love that place. I eat at least once a week, if not twice. Great menu. Love to send you there. So call 561-TALK, 561-8255 during the break. We'll take your call first when we come back, and I'll see you in a couple of minutes.
Ayden Golf and Country Club invites you to become a member. Come tour our beautiful clubhouse, ballroom, and facilities. For a quality golf experience, sign up for our discounted special membership rates. Low monthly dues with no quarterly food minimum or assessments. Folks love to play golf at Ayden Golf and Country Club. Cool off at the pool all summer. Enjoy excellent food and beverages from the snack bar. Even store your own cart, unless you like to walk. Call 746-3389 for special limited membership rates at the Ayden Golf and Country Club.
My practice has been built on accessibility, responsiveness, and a willingness to be proactive for my clients. I'm not afraid to make recommendations relating to your investments and planning. I do hope all of your financial decisions are good ones, but let's not rely on hope. Let's roll up our sleeves and get to work.
Jim has attained 3 professional designations: certified financial planner, chartered life underwriter, and chartered financial consultant, which entails 20 courses of study with examinations and a comprehensive national board exam, administered by the Certified Financial Planning Board. Jim has been practicing in financial services since 1979, which includes investing, planning, and insurance to help you meet your financial goals. Among the many awards Jim has received in his career is his selection to the Guide of the Top Financial Planners by the Consumer Research Council of America. So if you want to work with someone who is working for you, call Jim at 756-4700 or email him at planning@financiallyspeaking.com. That's 756-4700 and planning@financiallyspeaking.com.
Welcome back to Financially Speaking. Jim Taunton here. I assume we had no callers. Actually, I didn't look at my phone. Let me look, make sure the producer didn't tell me. No calls. Boo. Much rather talk to you. Interrupt the monologue at any time, please. The number's 561-TALK, 561-8255. And, of course, that's only if you're listening on Radio Live or watching YouTube Live. If you're watching YouTube at a later date, don't call. All right. As you know, if you've heard this program any at all, I have 3 professional designations: Certified Financial Planner, Chartered Financial Consultant, Chartered Life Underwriter. Those are letters on the back of my name. I have 10 letters with commas in between. And that required a whole lot of study. But what that does, it allows me to wear a lot of different hats. Essentially 3 hats in my practice. I wear the planner hat, I wear the investment advisor hat, and I wear the insurance guru hat. Although I've more or less given that hat to Jameson, my eldest son, who's worked with me for about 10 years now, was in banking. He handles all the fixed insurance side of the equation. There is a 4th hat I wear sometimes, which is counselor, marriage counselor, and life counselor, and what have you. And I don't mind doing that at all, actually. I actually become very close to clients, and I'm very personal with them. So don't mind doing that at all. But when I put on the planner hat, one of the things I believe that makes me unique is the fact that I think out of the box. I try to help clients solve problems or issues in sometimes unconventional ways. And I've told you many times on the show that the fodder for the information that I present to you on this program a lot of times comes from real life conversations or meetings with clients. And this one is exactly that. I met with a client this week, a husband and wife, actually. And when they came in the door, they actually, and they told me on the phone, they wanted to come in and talk about withdrawing some money from their IRA to purchase a condo in another town so that they could sell their home and go ahead and be in the process of moving to the condo, which was closer to a child. And I don't blame them for that whatsoever. And I didn't say anything on the phone. I said, okay, let's get together and talk about it. But, immediately the light goes off, and I'm thinking, withdrawal from an IRA is very expensive. It's expensive in that you pay a whole lot of taxes because it's added to your income. And they needed about $300,000 net to pay for this condo in Raleigh. And $300,000 net means that we would have to make a withdrawal from the IRA, a gross withdrawal of around $400,000. Now, they had plenty of money to do that, but to lose $100,000 right off the bat, to the government, that would be tough. And the reason that was an issue is because they weren't sure they were going to be able to do a 60-day redeposit back into the IRA to avoid the taxation. And that was a large risk to take if you were doing it in hopes that you could, but you know how real estate transactions work sometimes, and not as quick as you might think. So, you know, I put my thinking cap on, and I suggested an alternative to making a withdrawal from their IRA and paying a gob of income tax. They've got their house sitting there. Why not open an equity line on their home? And almost any bank, if you have a decent relationship with your bank, will open an equity line of up to 80% of your fair market value, less any existing mortgage balance that you owe. And their house was, you know, a high value house. So a $300,000 equity line wouldn't be no question about that, in my opinion, that a bank would do that. And what you could do after you open the equity line at the house, as the house is collateral, a HELOC, you could write a check from the equity line for $300,000 to buy the condo, set up the equity line on an interest-only payment, which is the lowest minimum payment. The other option typically is 1.5% of the balance on a monthly basis. The interest-only method is usually less, so it would give them more flexibility in their cash flow until their household. So they go to the bank, open the equity line, they write a check out of the equity line, buy their condo, they're able to move their stuff up there, clear out the existing home, and get it really nice for presentation to sell. And then when the house sells, guess what they do? I mean, the house sells, the proceeds from the house will first go to pay off the HELOC, the equity line, and then the net will go to them. So they're ending up in the very same financial condition that they would have had they withdrawn the money from the IRA and bought the house with cash, except there's no $100,000 tax bill. So if this works out like we plan, Jim will have just saved his clients $100,000 in taxes. You hope clients remember these things. And this is what I really enjoy doing more than anything, really. I mean, I enjoy managing money and doing estate planning, financial planning for people, and, you know, providing for their insurance needs if there are any. But I really love helping people solve problems in the most expedient and efficient way that we possibly can. That gets my juices flowing. You just hope your clients remember it. Because in 10 years, when their account value goes down by 5% one month, you hope that they remember that you've helped them tremendously in the past by saving taxes and other things too, with other recommendations that you make. So I'm hoping I actually will report to you. Obviously, I don't use names of clients, but when I hear that they have completed this transaction, I will report it to you so you'll know that Jim's idea actually did come to fruition and help solve their problem. So let's hope it does. All right, we're about halfway through the program, so let's actually cut to a break, another 2-minute break, but I'd rather talk to you about something that is important to you. So call the program, 561-TALK, 561-8255. And I'd love to talk to you about a question financially related or make a comment, and I'll chime in. And your name goes into the drawing for the dinner for two in Altavola. I'll even pay the tip. And actually, there's another way you can always get me a question. You can email me a question anytime during the week, and I'll answer it on the air. And my email is jim@jtauntonfinancial.com. jim@jtauntonfinancial.com. And again, I'm on YouTube Live now. If you go there now, you'll be able to watch the radio program. And that address is in YouTube, and it's Financially Speaking NC. Financially Speaking NC. So just search for that in the search bar. Actually, it's you're more likely to get if you put the @ symbol in front of it, @Financially Speaking NC. And then when you find it, just hit that little subscribe button so that you'll get a notification each week when I come on the air. And then you just click the notification and you go right there. So let's go to a quick break, and we'll be right back in a couple minutes.
Ayden Golf and Country Club invites you to become a member. Come tour our beautiful clubhouse, ballroom, and facilities. For a quality golf experience, sign up for our discounted special membership rates, low monthly dues with no quarterly food minimum or assessments. Folks love to play golf at Ayden Golf and Country Club. Cool off at the pool all summer. Enjoy excellent food and beverages from the snack bar. Even store your own cart, unless you like to walk. Call 746-3389 for special limited membership rates at the Ayden Golf and Country Club.
My practice has been built on accessibility, responsiveness, and a willingness to be proactive for my clients. I'm not afraid to make recommendations relating to your investments and planning. I do hope all of your financial decisions are good ones, but let's not rely on hope. Let's roll up our sleeves and get to work.
Jim has attained 3 professional designations: Certified Financial Planner, Chartered Life Underwriter, and Chartered Financial Consultant, which entails 20 courses of study with examinations and a comprehensive national board exam, administered by the Certified Financial Planning Board. Jim has been practicing in financial services since 1979, which includes investing, planning, and insurance to help you meet your financial goals. Among the many awards Jim has received in his career is his selection to the Guide of the Top Financial Planners by the Consumer Research Council of America. So if you want to work with someone who is working for you, call Jim at 756-4700 or email him at planning@financiallyspeaking.com. That's 756-4700 and planning@financiallyspeaking.com.
Yes, welcome back to Financially Speaking. Jim Taunton here. And I don't think we had a caller. I don't see a text from producer. 561-TALK, 561-8255 is the number. So give me a call. I want to talk to somebody. If you do watch on YouTube, either live or you watch it later at Financially Speaking NC on YouTube, then you'll see my set. And this is, again, at home in my home office. And you'll see over my left shoulder a little wall hanging that says, "Trade your plan, not your emotions." And that is absolutely apropos right now because we have some turmoil going on, not only in the markets, but in the world and geopolitical events. But, we got the Fed raised rates, people afraid of recession coming, which they shouldn't, even if it does. And we've got the market, has gone down for a couple of months at least, although we're still up large for the year. So, pigs get fatter and hogs get slaughtered. Don't be a hog. Just take your little 10% return and hush. Over my right shoulder, which is right here, you'll see an Israeli flag. I thought I would show my support for Israel. The things that are going on now, the protest in support of Palestine, I don't know. I just don't know what to say about it. I don't want to offend people. But, certainly there are many Palestinian people that don't support Hamas. But it's just not the proper time for a Support Palestine march, because it appears like you're supporting what Hamas did. And that is absolutely inexcusable under any conditions whatsoever. Under any conditions. Think about it. If someone came to you and held a gun to your head and said, if you don't take this machete and chop this infant's head off, I'm going to kill you. Most good people would not do it, even under that condition. So there's no excuse, no reasoning that says it was a good thing for them to do what they did. So all that aside, we are, especially Christian people, are connected directly to the Jewish people and Israel. And I don't know how you can be a Christian and not love the Jewish people and the Israeli land, because it is part of who we are. But in any case, I didn't mean to get off on that tirade. But there it is. And my views, by the way, do not necessarily reflect the views of this station or anyone else for that matter. They're just mine. And I pay for this half hour, whether you knew that or not. Yeah, Henry didn't go out and try to find a really smart guy to do a financial program and pay him, $1 million a year to do it. That did not happen. I'm actually paying for the time, and have for a long, long time, since 1994. October of 94 was when my first program went on the air on WCZI 98.3, many stations ago. All right, other thing I want to talk about was 401k rollovers. We do so much of that. We do a lot of that. And I wanted to talk to you. Initially, I wanted to talk about the logistics, but then I said, well, let's just talk about the reasoning behind that. And most of the time, the expenses that are charged in a qualified retirement plan, a 401k, are low. And they are lower typically than what you will be paying when you roll it over and you're working with an advisor after he invests the money. So, Jim, why would anyone want to do that? And why would an advisor who is working in the best interest of their clients advise they roll money from a less expensive investment vehicle? It's a great question and should be addressed by your advisor. Well, the reason people do it are several. Number one, many people want holistic financial planning. They want to look at their entire picture. They want to look at estate planning and their cash flow and retirement cash flow, and insurance needs, and on and on and on. And, a certified financial planner, which I am, can do that in an in-depth manner. And people want to deal with someone that they can sit down with and look in their eyes and have a nice conversation with and see the same person every time they come to review and update. They don't want to have to call a toll-free number, be on hold for 10 minutes, and then talk to a different person when they call up. And I know that some of these online deals, they'll tell you that they'll set you up with a particular individual and you get that same person, but that same person is not going to be there in 6 months. They move around a lot to try to improve their own personal financial position, which is fine. They should. But, I've been doing this since '79. I have been at the location I am now since 1984. I had a couple of different offices early on. But in '84, I bought the front building on the lot that I'm on in the lot. And in '87, I built a building on the back of that same lot. And that's the one that I occupy currently. So I have been at my location for many, many years. And I'm not going anywhere. And that's what people want. They really do. Also, there are unlimited options. When we roll money from a 401k, we can do anything we want to with it. Put it anywhere, buy any investment, any fund, any stock, any bond, anything, any REIT, any ETF, any annuity, whatever it is we want to utilize, whatever we determine is in the best interest of the client, that's what we can do. If you leave it with a 401k administrator after you retire or leave that company, you have to use what they're providing, their selection of funds. They may have 100 different funds, but it's still only 100 different funds. So I think there's an advantage when you add all that together to working with an investment advisor and financial planner. But logistically, when we actually do a rollover, many times we want to separate that rollover into two different types of accounts. So let's say somebody had $1 million accumulated in a 401k. We may want to put $600,000 in a variable annuity for guaranteed lifetime income. We may want to put the other $400,000 in an investment advisory account because it's 100% liquid, a little less expensive than the annuity and what have you. But it's a good combination there. It provides kind of for all the needs that might come up. So if we can do that, that's what we want to do. Now, the 401k administrator actually may cut two separate checks to two different custodians. If that's the case, it makes it really easy to do that. But it's possible that they will not. I've seen 401k custodians that will not do that. So in that case, what you do is you have the check made out to your brokerage clearing firm, whoever that is. Ours is Pershing. You deposit 100% of it in that account, that IRA rollover account. And then subsequent to that, you will do an IRA transfer from that account into the other vehicle that you want to sit some money in. And then voila, it's done. There's a way of getting it done. And I've done enough of them to know that, when we get started, I can already see the end result. I have no anxiety about it whatsoever. I know that you would, because it's your money, but I do not. I've done it so many times. I know what's going to happen. So we can certainly get that done if need be. Now, let me give you some contact information. Where are we? Okay, almost done. So if you think you might like to sit down with me and just talk about things, first meeting with me is no cost or obligation. I don't assume anything when I'm meeting with someone. All right, I just want to get to know them and make sure we can communicate. But jim@jtauntonfinancial.com is the email address. My phone number at the office is 252-756-4700, 756-4700. And my website is it's jtauntonfinancial.com. Didn't even remember the name of the firm. jtauntonfinancial.com. And actually, the firm is Taunton Financial, but go figure. All right, got music in my ear. Out of time. As always, this is Jim Taunton helping you make all of your financial decisions good ones. Good night, everybody.